So it's October 2007. In fact, Columbus Day 2007. And I get called to go corporate. This is when I had my mortgage office because we needed to go over things because the market was tanking. And guess what? Within 24 hours, I was out of business. Now, previously, about 11 months, I had just bought my dream home, $500,000 home. I had just bought a new car for my wife, a new car for myself. I was in the middle of actually restoring that house, painting. I mean, like I said, this was my dream home. And within less than 11 months, I went from being on top of the mountain to basically in danger of losing everything. Yeah, I had savings. Yes, I had all kinds of stuff stack up. But you know what? Getting into a house, getting into a new financial obligation, $500,000, and new home, new houses. I'm sorry, new house, yeah, new cars, expenses to, you know, uh, redo somewhat the house, painting. I mean, we were gonna do all kinds of things to the house. It was our ideal house. It was a 5-acre piece of land. It had a pool on it, but again, we need to repaint. We need to do some things with the cabinets. Wow, exciting times. And then within less than 11 months, I felt like a cinder block just fell on top of my chest and I was ready to have a heart attack because within 10 months, my whole world came collapsing in. And guess what? I was out of business. I was out of business in my mortgage career within 24 hours, literally. But why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because while this was happening, and I could see that the market was not doing too well, I already had started another business, a little side business in a youth soccer market, in a youth soccer training business, because number one, my daughter at the time had just recently started playing, soccer. She was at the time like 4 years old. I had a background in soccer. I was a professional soccer player when I was younger in Europe. And, I was in a situation where I could help my daughter with her early journey in youth soccer. And I saw an opportunity that there might be there something because most of the people in the market were not doing the right thing. That's youth soccer. So I started a part-time business while I was doing the mortgage business. Boy, that was probably the best decision I ever made because I literally went from struggling, and believe me, the next couple of years I struggled because the income that I had to support the $500,000 purchase, the new cars, the upgrade or the up fix whatever of the house and this and that, boy, those funds were evaporating like crazy. I thought that, oh, what am I going to do? Meantime, my wife had a very good job and she worked for the state of New Jersey. But even with that, I mean, we went from on top of the mountain to struggling. So the story is about not starting a new business by abandoning your first one. Use your previous business to fund it. Now, in this case, my business was gone. I mean, my income was gone literally within 24 hours. Thankfully, my wife still had her income. We still had some money saved up. Okay. We still had some things going. So while the whole world was collapsing, if you guys recall, 2007, people were getting foreclosed on. Yes, I also got foreclosed on a property that I owned that I couldn't support anymore. But thankfully, I had this new business that it took me about a year of doing training, of giving free training away, of showing people what I knew, what I could do, all the great things that I could do with soccer. But it took me a year. So the moral of this story is if you're looking to start a new business, don't just think that, well, my investment is going to be minimal because the guru said that I can start this business with zero money, because they're going to try to sell you your $500 course, your $1,000 course, your $5,000 mentorship, this and that. Spend the time to educate yourself on what's needed. Don't spend the time, or the money, should I say, in buying all these tools that all they do is compound and confuse you before you actually find someone that has an educational program, course, whatever, that is free, and it shows you everything. Because before you get into the business, you must decide if this thing is for you or not. And unfortunately, most people who starting this venture don't realize that it may not be for them until they're too late. They're already buried into the money that they already spent. They're already behind thousands of dollars. No sales. Their quality of life home is, hurting. Everybody is not understanding what they're trying to do. They're making no money, and they're already buried in debt. Some of them thousands of dollars. So I do have a free course. If you guys want to grab it, it's on the bio. It starts basically with teaching you guys how to start with creating free email lists, because the followers on here, okay, are here today, they're gone tomorrow. So you need to take the real people who have an interest in what you need to say and bring them into your world. How do you do that? Offer them everything. Offer them what you've done 100% for free. Because here's the thing, even though you're going to give them everything, even though you're going to give them the recipe, chances are they're going to need additional help. They're going to need to have someone to hold their hand and show them exactly how it's done. And that's you. So start with the free course, teaching you how to do an email list, and then go through the whole program. Okay? Doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Grab it in the bio. See you there.